Namaste students. This is the fourth chapter, Feedback in Amplifiers. This chapter contains 5 marks and it is a very small chapter. They can ask 3 mark questions, 2 mark questions or 1 mark questions from this chapter. And this chapter is very easy. Some derivations are there, they may ask the problems also. Feedback in amplifiers. Feedback, the word itself says something is given back. Clear? Feedback is the process of introducing a part of the output signal into the input circuit. Why we have to introduce? Here, actual in the basic amplifiers, parameters we can't change. For example, input impedance, output impedance and voltage gain, it is fixed. Clear? But if we use feedback network, we can change the parameter according to our convenience. So we are introduced feedback network. So here feedback network, the fraction of output, that is we are calling sampling network, the fraction of output, the sample which is given back to the input circuit through feedback network. The feedback network that we are taking, that is a beta value, it is ratios of the resistors or capacitors or inductors we can consider. Here, this input, input is mixing input signal and feedback signal and given back to the basic amplifier. So Vs is the input signal and Vf is the feedback voltage and Vi is the actual voltage given to the basic amplifier. So this is the block diagram. Again we can classify 2 types, that is the positive feedback and negative feedback. Clear? Here the block diagram of basic amplifier with positive feedback. So here you can observe, that is the waveforms I drawn here, that is the output, that is in 360 degree and given back to the input. It is in phase with the input, then it is called as the positive feedback. The output given back to the input is in phase with the input is nothing but the positive feedback. So this will be added. So Vi is equal to Vs plus Vf. Vi is equal to Vs plus, because it is in phase with the input, we are adding the input in the mixer. And here the positive feedback, Vi is equal to Vs plus Vf. Feedback signal is in phase with the input signal. The advantages, it is high gain. These are, they can ask for the 2 mark question. Disadvantages, more distortion, poor gain stability, poor frequency response, more drift. And this type of feedback used in oscillators. So oscillators we are studying later, that is the 6th chapter, and in there we are using positive feedback. Clear? Next one, negative feedback. So here if you observe the diagram, here it is the signal, it is the out of phase. It is the 180 degree phase shift. The fraction of the outputs given back to the input circuit is out of phase with the input signal. If you observe these 2 waveforms, this is the signal and this is the 180 degree phase shift. So here Vi is equal to Vs minus Vf. Vi is equal to Vs minus Vf. This is the feedback voltage. So Vs minus Vf you have to consider, that is nothing but the negative feedback. Feedback signal is out of phase with the input signal. So Vi is equal to Vs minus Vf. Advantages, it is highly stabilized gain. The gain is constant you are getting and less distortion, reduced noise and increased bandwidth, and input and output impedance can be modified as our desire, or input impedance increases, output impedance decreases. The disadvantage, the gain is reduced And application we can use in amplifiers. Clear? We can use in amplifiers. Here we should know some parameters. Here the basic block diagram of basic amplifier. The gain without feedback, that is nothing but the notation capital A is equal to ratio of V out divided by Vi. The equations are very important for problems. The gain with the feedback. So with the feedback means F, AF, that you have to remember. AF is there, you can take it as the with feedback. Feedback ratio, that is beta, is equal to feedback ratio, transmission factor or feedback factor, any name you can consider. It is a ratio of output feedback voltage to the output voltage. Feedback ratio is the ratio of feedback voltage to the output voltage, or output feedback voltage is equal to beta into V0. And loop gain, these expressions are important. Loop gain is the product of gain without feedback and feedback factor, that is nothing but A beta. Loop gain is equal to A beta. These expressions you have to remember for the problems. Now, different types of feedback network. Different types of feedback network. There are 4 types. We will see individually now. For only the block diagrams, we are discussing about only voltage series feedback network. So here the first one, voltage series feedback. So the name itself says voltage. So you have to measure the voltage at the output. Clear? Voltage at the output. An input connected in series. Voltage measured at the output. Input connected in series. So it is called voltage series feedback. So feedback voltage. So voltage given back to the input, it is series. So here you have to give voltage source. Clear? Voltage source. So this is nothing but the voltage series feedback amplifier. Current series. So here it is voltage shunt. Next one, voltage shunt. So here also voltage. So we are taking the output voltage there. Output voltage here. Here this is the output voltage. Clear? This is the output voltage. This is the feedback network. And here we are taking, it is shunt, that is parallel. The input connection is in parallel. So here we are considering that is the current source. Input connection connected in parallel is nothing but current source. That you have to remember properly. And here voltage shunt feedback amplifier. So voltage shunt feedback type. So it is called as the voltage shunt feedback. Next one, current series. Current, the output connected in series now. Clear? Current flowing through the circuit. So you have to take current through feedback network here. Feedback connected in series. Clear? Current series feedback. So you have to remember current series feedback. Series means you have to take voltage source. Shunt means you have to take current source. So this is the current series feedback network. So Vf is equal to beta into I0. Current shunt. So output is here, it is the series. So here it is nothing but current. And input is connected in parallel. That is the current source. Clear? So we are taking current shunt feedback network. All the 4 diagrams are very important, but detail we are studying only one type of feedback, that is nothing but voltage series feedback. These are the 4 diagrams together. So you can glance, you can understand clearly. This is the voltage series. Output is voltage, input is in series. So voltage series. Output is voltage across the resistor. Input is shunt, parallel. So voltage shunt. output is in series and input is in series. So it is the current series. And here output is in series, that is the current, and input is shunt, it is in parallel. So it is the current shunt feedback. So all the 4 diagrams are very, very important. They can ask for the 1 or 2 mark questions in the final examination. This is the voltage series feedback amplifier. Expression for voltage gain. This is also very important. They can ask for 3 marks question. So here output is parallel. So we are taking the voltage. So input is in series. So feedback voltage is nothing but Vf is equal to beta V naught. So Vi before feedback and Vs is the input signal after feedback. So this is the basic amplifier and this is the feedback network. The feedback ratio you already know, beta is equal to Vf by V naught, but Vf is equal to beta V naught. The gain of the amplifier without feedback, A is equal to V naught divided by Vi. The gain after the feedback, we have to take V out by Vs. AF is equal to V out by Vs after applying feedback. After we can write. And here A is equal to V out by Vi. The input voltage is the presence of feedback is nothing but Vi is equal to, so here we can write, this is the negative feedback. Negative feedback. The output is out of phase with the input. So we have to take negative sign. Output given back to the input is out of phase with the input. So we have to take negative sign. So Vi is equal to Vs minus Vf. Vi is equal to Vs minus Vf. Why it is minus? Because this is negative feedback. So we have to take here Vi is equal to Vs minus Vf and V naught is equal to A into Vi. We already know before applying feedback. But Vi is equal to A into Vs minus Vf. But V naught is equal to, Vf is equal to beta into V naught. We have to substitute here. Vf is equal to beta into V naught. So we have to substitute here. We are getting the expression V naught is equal to A into Vs minus beta V naught. So V naught is equal to A Vs minus A beta V naught. But V naught, this is the negative sign. Take this side, left hand side. So V naught plus A beta V naught is equal to A into Vs. V naught is the common term taken outside. So 1 plus A beta is equal to A into Vs. So AF is equal to V naught divided by Vs. Do the rearrangement like this. V naught by Vs is equal to A divided by 1 plus A beta. Clear? So AF is equal to A divided by 1 plus A beta. So where AF is the gain of the amplifier with the feedback. Clear? AF is the gain of the amplifier with feedback. So what is the expression we are getting? This expression is very important. AF is equal to A divided by 1 plus A beta. If you get the equation in the beginning, then it is only the continuation. So you can continue. If 1 plus A beta is greater than 1, in the negative feedback, 1 plus A beta is greater than 1, then AF is less than A. You see the denominator here, AF is equal to A divided by 1 plus A beta. If the denominator is the more value, then AF will be less. AF is less than A, in the case of negative feedback. Clear? If 1 plus A beta are less than 1, this quantity is less and this quantity is more. So here AF is greater than A and the feedback is positive. Clear? 1 plus A beta is equal to 0, then AF is equal to infinity. The voltage gain is unstable condition. It start oscillate. So here it becomes an oscillator. The amplifier becomes an oscillator. This is nothing but positive feedback. That is the condition for oscillations. So in the case of negative feedback, 1 plus A beta is greater than 1 So if A beta is very much greater than 1, so you can neglect this one. So you can take approximate value. A divided by A beta, A cancels. So you are getting it is approximately equal to 1 by beta. Clear? Approximately equal to 1 by beta. So gain depends on feedback factor. The gain depends on feedback factor after applying negative feedback. The voltage series negative feedback here. Expression for input impedance. We are studying only about the voltage series negative feedback. Other three feedbacks we are not beyond our syllabus. You will study in engineering continuation of this basic. Expression for input impedance. Same diagram here we are used before. Negative feedback is applied here. So here this is the output voltage input series. So voltage series. Zi is the input impedance before applying negative feedback. Vi by Ii. Zif with feedback. That is Zif. F indicates feedback is there. So Zif is equal to Vs by Ia. You know Vi is equal to Vs minus Vf. Why it is Vs minus Vf? Because we are introducing negative feedback. So Vf is equal to beta into V0. So Vs is equal to Vi plus. Here Vi taken this side. So it is Vs. So Vs is equal to Vi plus Vf. But Vf is nothing but beta V0. Vf is nothing but beta V0. So here Vs is equal to Vi plus A beta Vi, because we have to consider V0 is equal to A into Vi. Vs is equal to Vi plus A beta Vi, but V0 is equal to A into Vi. This is the continuation of the derivation. Now Vs is equal to Vi plus 1 plus A beta. Vi is the common term taken outside. Here it is the common term. Vi taken outside. So 1 plus A beta is remaining. So I can write here Vi into 1 plus A beta. But substitute in the equation 2, that is Zif is equal to Vi divided by Vs divided by Ii. Zif is equal to Vs divided by Ii. So we have to consider Zif is equal to Vs by Ii, but Vs is nothing but Vi into 1 plus A beta. Vs is equal to 1 plus Vi into 1 plus A beta. If you substitute here, and this quantity is nothing but Vi by Ii. Vi by Ii is nothing but Zi. So if you introduce here Vi by Ii, that is Zi. So final expression we are getting Zif is equal to Zi into 1 plus A beta. Since 1 plus A beta is greater than 1, a negative feedback, you can say input impedance increases after applying negative feedback. Means Zif is greater than Zi because it is multiplied. Have to consider it is multiplied. That is 1 plus A beta is greater than 1. So you have to take Zif is equal to Zi into 1 plus A beta. Clear? This expression is very important for problems. So finally, we come to know input impedance increases after applying negative feedback. Stabilization of gain. This is only the derivation, that is you have to consider, that is the differentiation. The differentiation, it is very important here. You are the second year students, you know very well differentiation. So you have to consider AF is equal to A divided by 1 plus A beta. You already know the equation. We are applying with respect to A. A is the variable. So this expression differentiate with respect to A. So you have to consider differentiating above the equation with respect to A. DAF by differential of AF with respect to A. It is nothing but U by V rule. You studied in differentiation chapter maths. U by V rule, if you know properly, you can apply here. So here we can take u by v, v into differential of u minus u into differential of v divided by v square. Clear? This is the expression for the differentiation of u by v rule. So here u is nothing but a, v is nothing but 1 plus a beta. So we have to take the denominator 1 plus a beta whole square, a differential of a with respect to a, or differential of x with respect to x is nothing but 1, and differential of any constant is equal to 0, and if you apply differentiation, if any constant is there, you have to take outside. Clear? The differentiation is not applying for constant values, it is only applied for variables. So here a is the variable, so you can consider like this, 1 plus a beta, this is 1, and a into differential of 1, that is 0, and differential of a beta, beta is the constant taken outside, so we are applying only for the variable, differential of a with respect to a. Now simplifying like this, 1 plus a beta whole square, so a beta cancels, so 1 is remaining here, so you can write like this way, af word differential of a with respect to a is equal to 1 divided by 1 plus a beta whole square. Here for my convenience, I am multiplying numerator and denominator by a. So I can write here a divided by 1 plus a beta into 1 divided by a into 1 plus a beta. A divided by 1 plus a beta is nothing but af. A divided by 1 plus a beta is nothing but af. So you can take that, here it is af, and here 1 divided by a into 1 plus a beta, and this af comes here, left hand side denominator, and here left hand side value dA goes here, so dA by a. So this value and this value, that is the fluctuation of gain. This is before feedback, the fluctuation of gain after feedback. Clear? So this also very important. And df, change in gain, the small change in gain without feedback, the gain with the feedback. Change in gain without feedback, gain without feedback. Now the ratio of this fluctuation of gain, the ratio of fluctuation of gain after feedback to the before feedback is nothing but 1 divided by 1 plus a beta. But 1 plus a beta is greater than 1. This quantity on the right hand side is less than 1. Clear? If right quantity is less than 1, we come to know dAf by AF is less than dA by A. Means dAf is AF less than dA by A. Means the fluctuation of gain after the feedback is reduces before feedback. So gain is more stable with negative feedback. This expression shows the gain is more stable after applying negative feedback. This is only the derivation. You can do it. If you know the differentiation, you can do it properly. And next one, the voltage series negative feedback, here the same expression for output impedance. Here one point is very important, that is when you are finding the output impedance, input source is reduced to 0, it is shorted. Input source is reduced to 0 means it is shorted. Vs is equal to 0. So what happens here? If Vs is equal to 0, the input voltage Vi is nothing but minus Vf. Why it is minus Vf? Because we are applying negative feedback. Now, when the input source is not there, but we are thinking one imaginary source there in the output, that is V0. Clear? Now, this V0 equal to, if we apply Kirchhoff's voltage law, equal to I0 Z0 plus A into Vi. This V0 is equal to I0 Z0 plus AVI. So, if you write the expression like this way, this V0 is equal to I0 into Z0 plus AVI. So you can write like this, V naught is equal to I naught Z naught plus A into minus Vf. Why we are writing like this? Minus here, again it is negative feedback, but no input voltage, Vs is equal to 0. So you have to take minus Vf. So Vi is equal to minus Vf. But we know Vf is equal to beta into V naught. So we have to apply I naught Z naught minus A beta V naught, since Vf is equal to beta into V naught. So V naught plus A beta V naught equal to I naught Z naught. V naught is the common term taken outside here. It is 1 plus A beta equal to I naught Z naught. So V naught by I naught is equal to Z naught divided by 1 plus A beta. But we know V naught by I naught is nothing but output impedance after applying negative feedback. Output impedance after applying negative feedback. It is nothing but ZOF is equal to ZO divided by 1 plus A beta. If 1 plus A beta is greater than 1, because of negative feedback, the denominator is greater than 1, then ZO is less than, ZOF is less than ZO. So you should know 1 plus A beta is greater than 1, ZOF is less than ZO. What we come to know? Here, output impedance decreases after applying negative feedback. So denominator, if you consider 1 plus A beta, decreasing. See, multiplying, increasing. That you remember. So input impedance increases, have to multiply. Output impedance decreases, have to divide. Clear? So next topic is, that is voltage series negative feedback. Again we are considering frequency response. This frequency response is nothing but the C amplifier graph, C amplifier. Here two curves are there. One is before applying negative feedback, another one is after applying negative feedback. So I colored here, that is a little yellowish color, that is before feedback. So here you can observe, after applying negative feedback, the gain is reduces. Clear? We know the expression AF is equal to A divided by 1 plus A beta. But the bandwidth, you observe here, gain reduces, but bandwidth increases. Bandwidth increases. BW is before feedback, PWF, it is after feedback. The gain bandwidth product is same before and after applying negative feedback. So here you can observe, after applying negative feedback, the higher cutoff frequency increases, F2 dash, and after applying negative feedback, the lower cutoff frequency decreases. Clear? So higher cutoff frequency increases after applying negative feedback, and lower cutoff frequency decreases after applying negative feedback. Voltage series negative feedback, frequency response. Here, I already told you, higher cutoff frequency increases, lower cutoff frequency decreases after applying negative feedback. Clear? So here we have to take, this should be more. So what you have to do? It should be multiplied by 1 plus A beta. And this lower cutoff frequency, it is less. So you have to divide by 1 plus A beta. So bandwidth before feedback is difference between the higher cutoff frequency to the lower cutoff frequency. It's nothing but F2 minus F1. And BWF, it is F2 dash minus F1 dash. So you can write here F1, it is lower cutoff frequency. I told you that is 1 plus A beta divided by 1 plus A beta. So F1 dash is less than F1. And F2 dash, here it is 1 plus A beta multiplied into F2. So higher cutoff frequency increases. Similar way, bandwidth after the negative feedback increases. BW into 1 plus A beta. BWF is equal to F2 dash minus F1 dash. So BW is equal to F2 minus F1. So gain bandwidth product before and after applying negative feedback, it remains same. It won't change. Now the last question here, comparison of feedback connections. The voltage series. If you consider all the 4 diagrams, it is easy to understand 4 diagrams. When it is connected in parallel, the input impedance decreases. When connected in series, impedance increases. That you have to remember. If they ask for, this is very important for 1 mark question. If they ask about the impedance, you have to remember the circuit first. Don't buy heart, circuit first. So, if I remember, this is the voltage series feedback network. This is parallel. So, impedance decreases. This is in series. Input impedance increases. So, output impedance decreases. So, here voltage shunt, both the input impedance decreases because both are in parallel. And current series, both are in series connections. So, input impedance, output impedance increases. And current shunt, input impedance decreases, output impedance increases. So, remember the circuit, so you can write easily. So, no confusion whether it is increasing or decreasing the impedances. See the last one. Here, voltage series, input impedance increases because connected in series, output impedance decreases connected in parallel. Voltage shunt, both are decreases, both are in parallel. Current series, both are increases, both are in series connection. And current shunt, input is parallel, the impedance decreases and output is in series. So, impedance, output impedance increases. This is very important for 1 mark question. So, that is a glance, the expressions which are important for the problems. Here, voltage gain with negative feedback, AF is equal to V0 divided by Vs and AF is equal to A divided by 1 plus A beta. And voltage gain without feedback, V0 divided by Va, loop gain A beta. And output impedance decreases, input impedance increases. Here it is divide 1 plus A beta, here multiply by 1 plus A beta. Low cutoff frequency decreases, higher cutoff frequency increases. So, here it is divide by 1 plus A beta, so here it is multiplied by 1 plus A beta, 1 plus A beta is greater than 1. Now, in the frequency response curve, bandwidth increases, it is multiplied 1 plus A beta and here F2 dash minus F1 dash, bandwidth is equal to F2 minus F1 after the feedback. The gain bandwidth product is a constant before and after applying negative feedback. So, here AF into BWF equal to A into BW. Now, the final expression, that is the fluctuation of gain with negative feedback is equal to 1 times of 1 plus A beta into dA by A, fluctuation of gain before feedback. These are the problems. I worked out 15 problems here. So, it is clearly written how you have to do in the examination. First, read the question properly and note down the given data, what are they given and which expression you can apply here, that you have to think. Clear? What are the data they given? Then apply as it is like this in standard unit. What is A? Calculate the gain of negative feedback amplifier with an open loop gain A is equal to 250 and feedback factor beta is equal to 0.1. Substitute here, you know very well, you can do it in the calculator, you will get the answer 9.61. Next one is also very easy problem. This type of problems they can ask for 2 mark questions. So, here also you have to calculate AF. A is equal to 1000 they given. These questions I selected from the question bank. So gain they given, it is 24.39, no unit for the gain. An amplifier of gain 600 reduces to 50. So here we have to think, before applying negative feedback, the gain is more. After applying, gain is reduced. If you know that theory part, so here no confusion. So you can write A is equal to 600, AF is equal to 50. So you have to calculate beta value here. So beta, do the rearrangement, 600 by 50 minus 1. So it is 12 minus 1 is equal to 11. 11 by 600 is equal to, you can keep it as it is, 0.0183, or you can mention in percentage also. Anyway, you can write. Fourth one, if an amplifier in a bandwidth of 500 Hz and voltage gain of 100, what will be the bandwidth if 6% negative feedback is introduced? Clear? So here A they given 100, bandwidth they given 500 Hz before applying feedback, that is 500 Hz, and beta they given, percentage they given, so you have to convert it to 6 by 100, that is nothing but 0.06. So bandwidth after applying negative feedback, it increases, so I have to multiply it by 1 plus A beta. So the answer is 3500 Hz. Fifth one, in an amplifier upper cutoff frequency, so F2 dash 1000 kilohertz or FH and gain is 100, determine upper cutoff frequency when 2% negative feedback is introduced. So upper cutoff frequency increases, so you have to multiply by 1 plus A beta. So you have to consider the calculation part, so you can write 3000 kilohertz. Sixth one, in an amplifier lower cutoff frequency they given 500 Hz and open loop gain is 100, determine lower cutoff frequency when 5% negative feedback is introduced. 5% means you have to take 0.05. So here low cutoff frequency decreases after applying negative feedback. So FL dash is equal to FL divided by 1 plus A beta. So then do the calculation. You are getting the answer 83.3 Hz. An amplifier with Zi is equal to 1 kilo ohm has a voltage gain 1000. If a negative feedback of beta is equal to 0.01 is applied, calculate the input impedance of the negative feedback amplifier. So I have to calculate input impedance increases, so I have to multiply by 1 plus A beta. So I have to calculate, so you are getting 11 kilo ohm. Next one, 8. An amplifier ZO is equal to 10 kilo ohm has a voltage gain A is equal to 500. If a negative feedback is equal to 0.01 is applied, calculate the output impedance of the negative feedback amplifier. So output impedance decreases after applying negative feedback, so you have to divide 1 plus A beta. Then you can do the calculations. So kilo ohm should be converted to ohm, so you have to use standard unit. Clear? So answer is 1.67 kilo ohm. Next one, ninth problem. An amplifier has a bandwidth of 220 kilohertz and voltage gain of 100. Calculate the gain and bandwidth if 10% negative feedback introduced. Clear? So here, first you have to calculate what are the values they given. A 100, bandwidth they given before apply feedback. Beta value 10%, so you have to convert it to 0.1, 10 by 100. So AF and BWF you have to calculate. So AF is equal to A divided by 1 plus A beta, and BWF gain reduces, so you have to divide, and bandwidth increases, have to multiply. So you have to consider answer is 9.09 and 2420, or you can take 2.42 megahertz also. 10th one, an amplifier has an output impedance of 3 kilo ohm without feedback and 300 with feedback. If the open loop gain is 180 and the feedback factor, find the feedback factor. So beta is equal to 0.05, you are getting. So A is equal to 180, ZO is equal to 3 kilo ohm. Here we have to think ZO, before applying the negative feedback, output impedance is more. So which one is more now? 3 kilo ohm. So 3 kilo ohm is more, that is before feedback. After feedback, 300. So you have to take after feedback 300. Now if you substitute ZOF is equal to ZO divided by 1 plus A beta, decreasing output impedance. So 300, so beta value you can calculate, only they are doing the rearrangement. Kilo ohm you have to substitute in ohms. So answer is 0.05. If you want to write in percentage, you can take it as a 5%. Otherwise, you can keep as it is. 11th problem. The input impedance of an amplifier 2 kilo ohm. So input impedance is 2 kilo ohm, while its output impedance with and without feedback. Here two are there, with and without. So which one is the greater? That is without. Which one is smaller? That is the with feedback. So here ZOF is smaller one, you can take it as 150 ohm, and ZO is equal to 5 kilo ohm. So we have to differentiate here. Clear? So input impedance 2 kilo ohm, output impedance without feedback 5 kilo ohm, with feedback 150. So you have to calculate input impedance after applying negative feedback. So you have to consider like this way. So ZOF is equal to ZO divided by 1 plus A beta. So 150. You have to substitute as it is, then you can do the calculation. So calculation part you can do it anyway. Expression and substitution, it is very, very important. These two parts containing marks, and rest of that we are going for the final answer. So 1 plus A beta you are getting the value 33.33 per unit. So here ZIF is equal to ZI, increasing. So you have to substitute. You are getting the answer 66.6 kilo ohms. 12th problem. The output impedance of an amplifier is 5 kilo ohm, while the input impedance with and without feedback is 15 kilo ohm and 5 kilo ohm. If the open loop gain of the amplifier is 100, calculate the gain with feedback. So here data given, A is equal to 100, ZO is equal to 5 kilo ohm, ZI is equal to 5 kilo ohm, ZIF is equal to 15 kilo ohm, and we have to calculate AF. So here also you have to note one thing. Before applying negative feedback, input impedance is less. After applying, it is increasing. So which one is the greater? You have to take with the feedback. Which one is the lower? You have to consider before feedback. So we have to write the expression like this. ZIF is equal to ZI into 1 plus A beta. So substitute the standard unit because kilo ohm converted into ohms. So you are getting, so calculate the value of 1 plus A beta. Beta they need to ask, so you can take directly here. So you can put 100 by 3 and you get the answer. AF is equal to 33.33. Clear? AF is equal to 33.33. 12th problem. A negative feedback amplifier has the following parameters. A is equal to 500, beta is equal to 0.02, VA is equal to 5 millivolt. Compute the following. Gain with feedback. You have to calculate AF. Output voltage V0. Loop gain A beta. Feedback voltage, that is VF. So here the unknown quantity I given here. A is equal to 500, VA 5 millivolt, beta 0.02, AF V0 A beta VI. VF you have to calculate. Clear? So these two problems I taken from the textbook. So voltage gain with the feedback, you know the very simple expression you can calculate. I did so many problems now. So you can calculate, the answer is 45.45, no unit. The voltage gain with the feedback, AF is equal to V0 divided by VI. If you substitute here, you can calculate the voltage. So millivolt, you have to take 10 to the power minus 3. You have to introduce here. So getting an answer 0.227. Clear? Then it is A beta value. A is equal to 500, beta is equal to 0.02. Loop gain you can calculate, that is 10. That also no unit because beta don't have the unit, even A also no unit. Feedback voltage, that is Vf is equal to beta into V naught. Beta is equal to 0.02, V naught 0.227 volt it is. You can write in millivolt also. The answer is millivolt. So here the answer is 0.00454. It is volt. So I converted into millivolt. 4.54. Otherwise, you can keep as it is. If you don't know the conversion, don't do it. Keep as it is, write as volt only. If the conversion is wrong, you are losing the marks. So if you don't know the conversion, keep as it is, volt only. So if you know it properly, then only you write. 14th problem, an amplifier has a mid-frequency gain of 400 and lower and upper cutoff frequencies are 100 Hz and 10 kHz. This value is before applying feedback. So after the feedback, after applying 0.01 is incorporated in the amplifier circuit. Calculate gain with the feedback and new bandwidth. So I have to calculate AF and BWF. Clear? So all the values I written here. A, FL, FH, beta and here. So low cutoff frequency decreases, higher cutoff frequency increases after applying negative feedback. So here that expression also you can use, but I taken the simplest way to write. Voltage gain with feedback AF is equal to A divided by 1 plus A beta. So 100 divided by 400 into 0.01. So you getting the answer is 80. Clear? Now bandwidth increases after applying negative feedback. So you have to multiply 1 plus A beta. So you are getting the answer after the simplification. So you have to substitute here. So most of the members doing the mistake here. It is 10K. K means 10 to the power 3. It is 10,000. 10,000 minus 100. So you are getting it is now 9,900 into 5. So you are getting 49.5 kilohertz. If you don't know the conversion, again I am repeating. Write as it is. Clear? This is the last problem. The open loop gain and closed loop gain of an amplifier 200 and 100. I already told you the gain is more before introducing negative feedback. So 200 is A and AF is equal to 100. Calculate the feedback fraction. Beta you have to calculate and also find the percentage change in the overall gain for 10% change in the gain of the internal amplifier. Means before applying feedback 10%. So after applying feedback we have to calculate. So I written the data here A, AF, beta. This is the fluctuation of gain before feedback. So instead of percentage I taken 0.1 or you can take it as a percentage also. Answer should be in the percentage. So here voltage gain with feedback AF is equal to A divided by 1 plus A beta. We did the problem. So you can calculate it is 0.5%. So you have to do the rearrangement and you have to calculate. And next one, percentage change in the overall gain. So DAF by AF is equal to 1 divided by 1 plus A beta into dA by A. So here dA by A is nothing but the 10%. I taken as the 0.1, that is a 10 by 100. So this one as it is, or you can take it as a 0.05 or 5%. So these are the 15 problems I worked out. You can go through the other problems in the textbooks also, or go through the worked out problems given in the textbook. So it is total 5 marks. They may ask theory, or they may ask problems, or they may ask the diagrams. And this chapter is very easy to learn. Don't leave this. And 5 marks sure will come for the final examination. Here, the come to end of this chapter. That is very important chapter. Thank you.